Hello everyone, Ganjo here, and today's figure review is actually, this isn't relevant to the review or figure itself, but today I basically did like a day-long review session. It took me about 3 hours with kind of regular breaks. I took a break like every 3-4 figures. This is the last figure for today that I'm reviewing, and this is the tallest and also probably one of the most beautiful figures I own. This is the Ryuko Senketsu Kisaragi version, also the most expensive base figure I own as well. Most expensive being my Mizure one, but its base price is $40. This being at like 110 to 130. There are a lot of parts of this. This is also one of my most fragile figures, as there are a lot of breakable parts. So I'm going to try and be as careful as I possibly can reviewing it. And I said it was tall. It is over a foot in like height. Like here is a ruler. Actually, it's about a foot, I guess you could say. It's hard to judge. But yeah, like a foot tall, this thing is pretty big. The base is also very big as well. So I'm going to try and gently take this off the base, not break anything. Like this is the base, so it's just kind of a purple plastic dome with a piece right here that her foot is attached to, but there's nothing else underneath it. And it form fits to her heel too, so. And this is attached via metal peg. That doesn't look like it's coming off. Okay, but yeah, it's basically a plastic like dome piece. Purple plastic dome that she sits on. This came in a lot of parts. Each of these yellow things is a separate part. Each of the eyes is a different part, and the scissor blades are each a different part that are attached. I will be taking this figure apart, showing you each piece, though I will be showing you only like one of the eyes and one of the frills. I will be showing both scissor blades, just kind of showing how I got it and how it's all set up and all that stuff. So I did show you the base, now onto the accessories, or like the pieces that make it. The eyes are very fragile. They do fit onto this center chest piece right there. As you can see, there is this small chest piece right there that they kind of go in. One of them fits better than the other. The other is kind of looser, as I'll show you there. Whoops. As you can see, the pieces are a little bit different. One of them is got a wider, this one has got a longer piece than this one, and I don't know why that is. But yeah, that kind of bothered me a bit, that they were kind of different and they didn't fit right. But onto the eyes. So the eyes are gigantic, and this is paint. This isn't like a bezeled area. This is just kind of a really glossy, it's just a really glossy like orange paint on it, a dark red, red going into a dark red towards the edge, and kind of the same yellow to orange fade and a burgundy. God damn. Let me turn the autofocus off. Okay. Kind of an orange to a red, and it's got like a yellow shine there. On the back, you've got these yellow like things which are represented, or to represent the vents. And you've got these 3 spines that are on each eye. These are made out of like a clear plastic with kind of like a faint yellow paint on them. They are very sharp and also very fragile, as they aren't like attached to the pieces very well. As you can see, there isn't much to those on the figure. The bottom one having kind of a being bigger and having a little thing to it. You can see there really isn't much to attach those. And both eyes are basically the same in that matter of fact. That they same paint style, same back. These things, same fragileness, sharp. I'll turn the autofocus back on. So with the eyes out of the way, I can set those aside and hopefully not break them, as that would be very, very upsetting. You have to be very careful with this figure as to not break anything. I'll go over the frills next, which are supposed to be like the skirt. If I can get these off. These were kind of hard to put on as they go in a specific spot on the figure. I also like these back ones. They're attached to her butt. Right there. So I will show you like the two back holes right there. You can see are kind of like an L shape almost. They've got like a different pattern as the front ones do, which are more of just kind of a straight line with kind of a beveled edge. That's so you can tell which one's which, as they labeled A, B, C, and D. So these are the frills. This is one of the back ones. It's just kind of this same clear. I'll turn the autofocus off for this. It's just kind of the same clear, kind of opaque plastic with the yellow paint and hint hue to it as the eyes, though a little thicker. These are still very fragile as they only have small points of intersection for each. They are fairly sharp, the points. They're all just slightly different. This is another one of the back ones. They're all just slightly different in one way or another. No, they're just slightly different, as overlaying these you can see that they don't exactly match up. These are the two back ones. They would be put on like this. So on the figure. The front ones, and each of these has 4 different frills, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The front ones are a little different than the back ones, as they've got the smallest of these frills and the largest one. Same paint job. These ones are also kind of curved a bit. These ones are a bit more, damn it. These ones are a bit more flat and kind of wavy. As you can see, kind of flat, wavy. These ones are actually curved. This one, I guess, not so much. But like I said, each one is kind of unique and different compared to where it is on the figure. And again, they only have like certain points of intersection, certain points of contact. So it makes them kind of fragile to put on, as they're a bit stiff to put on. So you want to be careful. Turn the autofocus back on for now. Now we'll get onto the scissor blades. Now I had the toughest time of getting the scissor blades on. Especially the Nui Harames, I had a hard time. They come in 2 different pieces. So I will turn the autofocus off for these, but if you got the scissor blades, true to the series. By the way, there's tons of debate on which side of the scissor blade is sharpened. I personally believe it is this, the curved side, for certain reasons. Many people seem to believe it is the straight side. But the figures, every single figure that I have, okay, let me count for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 different variations of the scissor blade, and all of them depict the scissor blade being sharpened on both sides. So who really knows what side is sharpened? I think only Studio Trigger knows which side is sharpened. So the way that they're attached is like this. This piece comes off of this. This is the part she holds, and it's just kind of like a. Oh geez, I should probably. There we go. I forgot I had autofocus off. They kind of attach right there. Just kind of slide in. This paint is also a little different than the others, as this is a metallic red paint. And like this hole right here, actually, if you can see, that is kind of not flat. It's just got kind of a weird angle right there. But yeah, this is a metallic red paint. It looks very nice. There isn't two tones to it. It's just one solid like paint job. Very thin, very nice looking. Moving on to Nui's scissor blade. This one confused me a lot as how to put it on. And it also comes apart a lot differently, as I will show you. But the handle comes off like this. So you've got two different parts. She holds on to right here, which confused me. I thought she held on to like this or something. And as you can see inside there, this has got like a large flat piece and a small one for there and there. You stick this part in first and kind of stick that in first and kind of force the other one on, and voila, you've got your Nui Harame scissor blade. This one is kind of the same paint style, kind of this red, except it's a little more purple, I believe. No, it's the same. They're both kind of a purple red color, styled exactly like Nui's scissor blade, so it's got a really weird style to it, a really weird curve. And unlike many of the other scissor blades, when you put them together, they actually form the scissor, which is cool. So yeah, I like to see that, like with detail, like the what is it? The Figma figures go together really nicely, and these ones go together really nicely, create that scissor. And this is one of the reasons why I think this side is dull and the other side is not, as you don't really need sharp edges to cut stuff. They can be dull as seen with plastic scissors. It's just a plastic edge, two plastic edge cutting together. Like if you had this sword, like this as a sword, wouldn't you want the outside to be sharpened compared to the inside? That's just one of my arguments. And the same thing it's got towards the outer hole. I don't even know if that was on camera. I was looking at, or focused anyways. But yeah, it's got the same thing, kind of a weird thing right there with that hole. Okay, now autofocus on. Zoom in on the hands. If I can move, whoops, I'll just move that down. Zoom in on the hands. This is the hand that holds the Nui's scissor blade, so it's got a bit of a different grip. If you can kind of see that compared to like her other one, which is a little more round. This one's a little thinner. Her hand's also angled differently. So you stick this part of the scissor blade in first from the back, and it should just slide in. As you can see, it kind of peeked out a little bit there. Then you just slide the rest of the scissor blade in and kind of turn it. So it's like, so you got that, like that, and then you turn it so she's holding it against that, and that's where that'll allow it to go like straight down. So that allows the scissor blade to go straight down instead of going kind of backwards. Whoops. And the other hand, zoom in for this, scissor blade, you stick this end in first at a downward angle. That's really all the further it goes in, just for the white tab to be sticking out. And then you just slide the rest of the scissor blade in, and you can, I guess it does go further. I just had it angled wrong. But then you can kind of adjust it to where you want it, holding it in the center. And she should be holding the scissor blade like she normally does in the series, with the flat side down and the curved side up. So, that goes over all of the accessories. And now I'll be getting to the actual figure herself. This is definitely my longest review, but also this is also my most complicated review, as I've just only finished the accessories and assembly. Okay, if I could... okay. Yeah, that was kind of hard. It's attached with a metal peg, so that's how you know it's quality, and that sticks up her boot. But this is a 1/6 scale Super Saiyan Ryuko. Size-wise, the figure itself is only about, what, 6 inches in height, 5.5, 6 inches in height. The big height comes from the base. So on the bottom, her boots start off with kind of a black with a yellow diamond, and that yellow diamond is raised up. The underneath of her boots are yellow, if you didn't see that already, and it kind of works its way up into a red, and there is black to add shadows. Her left leg having more black for shadows than the right. And this is like a really glossy red paint. There are no seams on this, so it's all very seamless and looks nice. She's got some nice calves, by the way, I should say. Some very nice calves. Some nice thighs, some nice legs. And it works up into the top of her, I don't know, stockings, whatever you would call them, boots, I guess. They wrap around, they start lower on the leg and kind of work their way up to the part where they attach to kind of the, what is it, suspenders area that attaches to the crotch area, which goes behind to attach to the back. You can see her butt there, crotch region. Get a close up on that. It's very pale. You've got hip bone definition. If you can see that right there, there's some hip bone, some ribs right there, her abdomen, belly button, her back. Besides the butt, you've got the little detail right there on the arrow, kind of the yellow arrow going up to the vent. And the vent obviously is like got 3 dimensions to it. You've got her little sailor uniform scarf thing, cape. That's kind of a little wavy. Right there, it's the same glossy red and burgundy material with that gold-orange pinstripe that is found all over the figure. Same with kind of the bracelets, though the bracelets themselves are a matte red. They've got that same orange stripe. Her gloves, or like sleeves, I should say, are the same material as the boots, kind of a glossy red with burgundy shadows. Gloves. And for the most part of the review, I'm sorry if this is, I know I mentioned this a lot, I'm sorry if it's off camera, but that's because I'm not looking through the camera lens. I'm looking at the figure itself. But her gloves, she's got kind of the yellow-orange knuckles and that yellow-orange diamond up top, and that's the same on the other glove. Working up, you've got her boobs, which are significantly smaller compared to like other figures, I believe. These are a little smaller. And also, kind of, she's got her, based on this, her nipples should be like up top, but, you know, logic and anime, so they're not, as the fabric is just kind of covering the top of her breast. You've got that diamond in the middle that I mentioned, and kind of her neck area. moving on to the head. And I will show you this. Her neck thing does kind of go into her cheeks a bit, covering her cheekbones on each side instead of just her neck. She does have a very serious face on. So she's kind of looking down and up a bit. And then you move on to her headband, which is kind of evolved from horns to bunny ears. Same kind of red, glossy red material, except these are a little brighter. They do have tiny gold diamonds towards the bottom, and you can't see anything on the back. But then you got her Super Saiyan hair, which is a translucent material, very spiky, very stiff. I don't even have my phone on me or light. I would shine light through it if I did, but I don't. But yeah, it moves from a yellow-orange on the bottom, kind of up to a pink, purple, red to the top. It's a lot darker when I see it than compared to the camera. But yeah, you got that, a big kind of swirl on the top, and then you've got a lot of like small little spikes going up on the bottom. So yeah, that is kind of this figure. Kind of a pain and a half to put together, as it's kind of stressful. Definitely a beautiful figure. If you have the money and you're a Kill la Kill fan, I would suggest getting this. You would not be disappointed in the slightest. It's tall, it stands out, and it's all around beautiful. I do not regret buying this at all. Then again, I don't regret buying any of my figures. Maybe, but price-wise, but, you know, sorry, misere. I do kind of regret buying that, but then again, I don't, but yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out the unboxing of this, if you want more information on it, where I got it price-wise and all that. And watch me to attempt to put it together. Excuse me. So I've got to go put this figure back together. That's going to be kind of stressful, take maybe 5-10 minutes. Make sure I get it all together and not break anything. So in the meantime, I guess you guys can check out any other reviews, any other unboxings, and any other gameplay stuff you guys want. So I'll see you guys next time, whatever my next review may be. Bye bye.